guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Corinne and welcome to this crazy story time about the time that a police officer recorded me in my bikini, my 14-year-old sister in a bikini, and my best friend who was 17 at the time in her bikini as well for a TV show. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna talk about this awesome water bottle right here. Look how pretty this is. So this is a Soji Pure Crystal Energy water bottle. And the crystal I decided to purchase was the rose quartz crystal right here because I love pink. Pink is my favorite color. And it also emits energies such as like love, beauty, forgiveness, and tranquility. And I thought that would be perfect because my channel is all about beauty. So I wanted to share something really exciting with you guys. All of you, everybody who is watching, will have a chance to win one of these Soji crystal bottles for free. So what you're gonna wanna do is go on facebook.com and you're gonna wanna follow the page Liquid Luxe Essentials, and I'm gonna link that down below, and there will be the rules and the details all about how you can win a bottle for free. You get to choose any color you want. They have this one, of course, which is rose quartz, which is like a pink. They have like a black one, a green one, a purple one, a clear one. So they have all kinds of really awesome water bottles. So again, I'm gonna link that down below for you guys. You can figure out how to win a Soji bottle for free. Okay, so now that I'm done talking about this beautiful water bottle right here, let's go ahead and get into the story time. So this story happened to me summer of 2015. I just graduated. I was 18 years old, and my best friend Olivia had come to visit me. She was 17 at the time, and then my little sister was 14 at the time. So that day we decided we were gonna go float the river because that's one of our favorite things to do. Just relax, get tan. We bring like a whole setup with a cooler. We buy snacks at Albertsons and drinks and everything that you can need to float the river for a couple of hours, and it's just super fun. We love to do that. So I had parked my car at the end, so when we got out, we would put all the tubes in my car and then we would drive up to our friend's car who was at the very beginning of the river where we started. What had happened is we got out, we had deflated all of our floaties, put them in the back of my car, put my cooler in the back of the car, everybody was ready to go, and we were getting ready to leave the property. It was basically like a place to park for people who want to go down to the river or who are floating. So we were leaving, and my car was literally half off of the property and half on the property. And a police car drives up. It was like a truck. It was a police truck. And he made me roll down my window. He rolled down his window. He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I was like, "We're leaving. We just got done floating the river." And he was like, "Well, do you have a discovery pass?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a discovery pass." And apparently you needed a discovery pass in order to park in that place because it's like state property or something, and it's like you have to have a pass in order to park there. And I had no idea about that discovery pass. There was nothing posted in that parking lot that said you needed a discovery pass to park there. So, I mean, and nobody else there had a discovery pass either. So I was like, "No, I don't have a discovery pass." And he was like, "Well, I'm gonna have you turn around and get back on the property." And I was like, I should have at that moment just left. You know, like my car was half off the property, half on the property. I should have just kept going and been like, "No, I actually have somewhere to go. I'm gonna leave." Like, but I was an 18-year-old girl. This was the first time I had ever like gotten pulled over or anything like that. I just wanted to submit to the police officer and be a good citizen. So I was like, okay. So I had to pull back on the property and park in a parking spot. He comes over to my side. All of us girls were in our bikinis because we didn't bring clothes to change into because we were just gonna go straight home after that. And he's like, "I'm gonna have to ask you to get out of the car." And I was like, "Why? Like, I did nothing wrong. Why are you asking me to get out of the car?" So I got out of the car since I was the driver. He made me give him my registration, my license, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. And then he started asking me questions about why my name wasn't on the registration, if I'm the one driving the car, because at that time my mom's name was on the registration because I was too young, I didn't have enough credit to buy the car myself, but I was making the payments and things like that. It just wasn't switched over to my name yet. And he was like, well, why isn't your name on the registration if this is your car? And I was like, my mom bought the car, but it's mine. Like, this is my car. And he was giving me so much crap about how my name wasn't on the registration. I had noticed that there was a camera crew there. Like, the whole, like, the big sound boom thing, microphone thing was in my face. There was like 2 camera guys. They were all like huddled up in my face, and my sister and my best friend, I saw that they had put towels over them to cover themselves up because they felt really uncomfortable. Basically, what this police officer was trying to do was make a scene and get us to get riled up and angry and upset so that they could use this for a TV show. They were literally filming for a TV show. And he knew that I had done absolutely nothing wrong, but he wanted to rile me up, get me angry so that there was something to put on TV. So it was kind of a windy day that day, and there were floaties that were like floating in the wind, like tubes that you float on. They were floating in the wind everywhere. He's like, those are your tubes, aren't they? That is littering. Why are you littering? Those are your tubes. I was like, sir, those are not my tubes. You can count how many tubes are in the back of my car. Like, we have the same amount of tubes as people in this car. I wouldn't leave tubes flying in the wind everywhere. Like, no, those aren't my tubes. And he was literally like trying to get me to admit that I was littering and that there was those tubes that were flying in the wind were me littering. And then he goes, well, can I search your vehicle? Do you have any alcohol with you? Do you have any alcohol in your car? Are you underage drinking? And I was like, no, I'm not underage drinking. This is the middle of the day. Like, I am not underage drinking. Why are you assuming all of these things about me? You're stupid. So he goes, can I search your vehicle? I'm like, fine, fine. And at that moment, I was just trying to submit to him and let him do his thing because I didn't want to cause any drama. But after that, I realized I should have never let him search my car because he had no reason to search my car. I was just a naive little girl. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared because there was all these men like in my face recording me. So I let him do it. So he ripped all of the tubes out of my car, counted them, went through my cooler that was in the back of the car looking for freaking alcohol, and he found nothing, of course. And he's like, okay, well, I found all of the tubes, there's no alcohol, blah, 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 but I'm gonna have to give you a $100 fine. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You're giving me a $100 fine for nothing. And I told him, I was like, there's no sign posted that I need to have a discovery pass in order to park here. And he was like, well, you should have known because this is state property, blah, 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 blah. I was just sitting there like literally in shock, thinking to myself, like, what the heck is going on? Like, this is disgusting. These people are disgusting. I'm an 18-year-old girl in my bikini, and you're trying to get me to admit to all of these things that I didn't do. You're searching my car, looking for alcohol, questioning me about why my name isn't on the registration of the vehicle. Like, he was pulling every stop that he could, trying to make this a good scene. Like, he was looking for an arrest. That's what he was looking for. Like, he was looking for something to go on TV, to be TV worthy, and it was just so disgusting. So basically what ended up happening is, I don't even know if we ended up being on TV. We could have, and I just don't know. I ended up having to pay a $100 fine that day for doing absolutely nothing wrong. The funny thing about this is a couple months later, me and Aiden went to Fujiyama's, which is like a Benihana where you sit down at a table with a bunch of different strangers and there's one chef who makes your food in front of you. It's like a show. But one day we went to Fujiyama and we sat down, and guess who came and sat down right next to us? The same police that had recorded recorded me, that had accused me of doing all these crazy things and gave me $100 fine. And as soon as he sat down, I whispered in Aiden's ear and I was like, that's the police. That's the guy who did it. And Aiden was like, I've seen him around, like he's constantly trying to get people in trouble for no reason. So we had our dinner and that guy was with his wife and Aiden goes, so do you still have to drive around with that camera crew? And he knew, that man knew exactly who I was. You could tell the entire time. He was so uncomfortable. He was so like timid, like he wasn't talking. And he goes, no, not anymore. And Aiden goes, yeah, that must have been pretty annoying having that camera crew driving around with you all the time. He's like, yeah, it was. The funny thing about it is the food that he ordered came with a dessert at the end, which was ice cream. When he got his ice cream, he gave it to me. He's like, do you want my ice cream? I'm not gonna eat it. And I was like, in my mind, I was thinking, no, I want my $100 back. You're trying to give me an ice cream as like a truce or as you trying to get me to forgive you. Like, are you serious? This guy was so stupid. I was like, no, I don't want your ice cream. Like, I was a brat to him, but he deserved it. I don't know, I just thought it was really funny that he kind of got his payback in a way because Aiden embarrassed him in front of his wife. I was a brat to him. Like, he had to feel uncomfortable that entire dinner and I ended up tweeting about it that day. Like, it was just crazy. So that is my story time about the time that I was recorded in my bikini by a police for a TV show. It was crazy, it was stupid, I felt violated, I felt disgusted. Oh my gosh, it was so disgusting. So that's my story time. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me on all of my social medias. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well if you would like to see more of my videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.